What freshman, not named Arian Carter, makes the biggest impact this season for this football team? Austin, I think that's a pretty interesting question based on some of the comments we've heard from assistant coaches over the course of the week, don't you?
I do. I'm going to go Ethan Davis just because I think they're thin at that position, and I think the opportunities will be, there. But I do think you can make a case for a number of different guys, whether that be David Hobbs or Tyree Weathersby, Caleb Herring. I think those are probably the most realistic options on the defense besides Arion Carter.
Rob, when you look at this class, and he said freshmen, so let's take the transfers out, as obviously AP did there. It feels like there's a lot of confidence and belief in this class. Not that they're necessarily going to play and make a big impact, but that they have hit on guys, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Doesn't it feel that way to you just and watching those guys and hearing coaches talk?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and AP just rattled, a bunch of them off. I mean, that Arian Weathersby, Caleb Herring, the young DBs. I think we're all excited to, see what, Jordan Matthews and what those guys can do. But I mean, I think I totally agree with AP's the answer to the question AP gave, and Hubbard, I think you talked about it last week, Ethan Davis, just because of the need and, because of ability. I mean, it's not like if he has to play, it's not like you're playing some stiff. I mean, he looked really good in the spring and stuff we got to see.
All right, I'm going to add my own question into the mailbag podcast here because, well, that's what I'll feel like doing today. It feels like, Austin, on the transfer portal front, Tennessee has hit well. Who makes the biggest impact out of the portal guys? Castles, Peely, Thornton, Omar Norman-Lott?
Well, everybody's going to say Dante Thornton because that's the flashy position. But, I kind of tend to lean Omar Norman-Lott or McCallum Castles, again, because Rodney plays a big rotation and Castles plays a position of that's not super deep. But, you can't go wrong with any of them. They're all getting really, really high reviews, for their work, for their approach, all that. But again, you guys still got to go put it on paper out on the field come September.
What about you, Rob?
I'm going to say Thornton just looks fantastic, but I'll tell you the most eye-opening comment to me of what have been over there now 7-8 days was Rodney Gardner rolling in there Tuesday. From a coach who does not throw around, does not toss around compliments at all. I mean, just you're not going to say little Johnny's having a good camp just to not hurt little Johnny's feelings. I mean, you guys know. I mean, Coach G is going to lay it down, lay the smack down like he did on Chan Davey and Bradley on Tuesday. But I thought that was eye-opening for him to be that effusive about Norman Lott. That told me a lot. And so I would go Thornton Lott, but man, it would be interesting to look around the SEC. Maybe we can get Matt Ray on this, Hubbard. How many people have plug-and-play starter, or how many plug-and-play starters did people get out of the transfer portal? Because what are we looking at with Tennessee? 5?
Yeah, I mean, the guy I would put at the top of that list, in my opinion, is Keenan Peely, because I think he's the guy guaranteed to start at this point at the inside linebacker spot. Now, Castle's going to play a huge role. I think Thornton starts. Norman Lott's going to play there, but I mean, I think Peely, who's on the leadership council, I think he's going to be a lock starter at the inside linebacker position. I think he may be the most impactful guy that Tennessee has in there. The bottom line is it feels like, and again, Austin, you said it best, we'll see what the results are coming out of the scrimmage. We'll see where they are in another 10 days or so, but it feels like Tennessee's hit pretty well on their portal transfer guys.
Well, correct. And to go back to the original question about the freshmen, I said this on Josh and Swain on Wednesday. I honestly believe when you look back 5-6 years from now, this current class has a chance to be one of the most successful recruiting classes in Tennessee in the last 25 or 30 years. Like I sit there, and I say this because I've sat here and went back and looked at like the last 15 years and just how bad the hit rate was on a bunch of them. And I think that, there's enough chatter and talk, and this isn't just like talking points during fall camp. Like these guys physically look much better and much more prepared to play college football coming in than so many other classes have in the last 15 years.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. By the way, one transfer I forgot to mention, John Campbell is going to be the starting left tackle for Tennessee on the offensive line. I mean,
and your kicker
feels like it's a hit, you know.
And I'm telling you,
your kicker.
Yeah,
he may not start, but I guarantee you he plays a ton, and that's Gabe Judy Lally.
Yeah,
another one.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the portal was good for Tennessee. Now, again, we'll see moving forward.